the exact steps that hotels can take to be more size inclusive and accessible for travelers of all sizes. Make elevators and hallways spacious to allow for easy movement of larger individuals and those utilizing mobility devices.
The answer is really simple. You're making up a fake group of people because you've taken a very clear argument, which is that weight loss is not the determinant for health, and construed it into an argument that is losing weight for your health is fatphobic. But it's the same question I ask people all the time when they make this argument that you have made, which is, if you stayed the exact same weight that you were when you started, but all of your comorbidities changed, right? All of them disappeared, and your blood work was better, and your cholesterol was better, and your blood pressure was better, and you felt like you could do more, this, that, you were more mobile, if mobility is important to you, but you were the exact same weight that you were when you started, or the exact same pant size that you were when you started, would you feel like you were a failure? That is and always has been the point. That is and always has been the thing that is described as fatphobic. So how about you go live your best life and stop demonizing fat activists?
I would like to talk very quick about something that annoys me, and I'm going to call it thin-splaining. It's the idea that fat people, have no idea how to be thin, and that's why we're fat. So that we just don't understand health, and that's why we are the way that we are. So they want to add their tips, saying that it's not appropriate to talk to your loved ones about their body or their weight gain or loss. And some people are like, what if I want to talk to my partner about it because health risks run in their family? It's their family. Who told you about the health risks? Do you think they don't know? Why do you need to talk to them about it? I made a video where I said you can decline getting your weight taken at the doctor's office, and so many people jumped in to say, unless you have anesthesia, unless you're getting a prescription for medication, unless it's this, unless it's that. And I'm like, fat people know when it's medically necessary. Stop. I made a video saying that there are no diseases exclusive to fat people, which there are absolutely not. And people want to say, it can actually be a risk factor for other diseases. Like we don't already know. People have literally been saying this shit to me since I was 7 years old. I know. I don't need your helpful input.
Include fat people in your disability advocacy, allyship, or
Girl, if you want to use the motorized scooters at Walmart, just go ahead. You don't have to stretch this hard. I am shaped like Winnie the Pooh, but just because I like a breakfast donut doesn't mean you have to fight for me, as well as that guy that lost both of his legs from a horrible disease. Get the fuck out of here. Go, get out, go.
This is me shortly before my first diet, 7 years old. A perfect little human in a perfect body. But that's not what she was told. This is her before she started shrinking. Her body never got smaller. Her spirit did. Her self-worth did. She just wanted to make everyone proud. But love felt conditional. She had to earn her love with pounds lost. And she never lost enough. She never was enough. She didn't owe it to her family to get an eating disorder. She didn't owe it to them to be a good fatty. She spent 26 years running from her body, from herself. But she's done running. She's traded it in for healing. She sees that she's always been enough. She sees her fat body, and she celebrates.
You can walk like Ronald McDonald, you walk like Ronald McDonald, you walk like Ronald McDonald, now walk like Ronald McDonald, now walk like Ronald McDonald, yeah, walk like Ronald McDonald, yeah, walk.
Hi, this is my flying fat review of Delta Airlines. I flew from Seattle to San Jose. This is my first time in a while flying Delta. It was a 2-hour flight. I got to the airport very early. And they changed my gait a few times, so I was walking all over. And this chair was super uncomfortable. On the actual flight, I paid for an upgraded Delta Comfort in hopes that there wouldn't be someone next to me. It was a full flight, so I did have someone next to me. It wasn't comfortable, but I could do it for 2 hours. I noticed all of the other fat people were in first class, so maybe I'll try to do that next time.
Cute.
Hi. It's been a little while since I've pissed off anyone on TikTok, so I'm back. Because my For You page is filled with all of these medium, mid-sized, small fat people using a trending audio to record themselves from the front and then turn to the side and talk about how they hate the way their stomach sticks out at that angle. Please stop. I don't think anyone posting these videos has bad intentions, but I will say that this video is perpetuating fat phobia and has no place in the body liberation movement. Stop using body positive hashtags with this type of video. Stop centering yourself in ways that are harmful to people with bigger bodies. If you're going to continue to perpetuate the idea that you should be thin and look a certain way, you're only further alienating more marginalized bodies from the community.
Why do you not like fat people? Well, here's the thing. Obesity is probably one of the most honest indications that you're a lazy piece of shit out of anything else. Why is that? Well, the reason why is because if you're fat, what that basically tells me is you lack self-control, you lack discipline, you lack consistency, you lack an ability to say no to things, you don't give a fuck about your personal health, your appearance, etc. It says a lot about you as an individual. And the reason why I don't respect fat people is because they 1000% put themselves in that predicament to be fat in the first place. So when I see a fat person, I see laziness being manifested in front of my own eyes. That's why I don't respect fat people, okay? Another thing too is a lot of them are gluttonous, and we got people starving all over the world that can't even get fucking clean water. And your dumb ass is over here being a fat piece of shit eating Twinkies.
Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
Get the fuck away from me.
Imagine the day they see you again. And you are just, well, better.
Okay, hear me out. My pants don't fit, and that does not make me a bad person. That makes the pants not fit. It has nothing to do with my moral character. I'm going to take off the pants, return the pants, and get my money back. The end.
I hate skinny people, especially this bitch. I'm with my best friend Gome.
Hi guys.
And today we're going to be talking about fat people being friends with skinny people. To preface, we've been best friends for 10 years.
And throughout those 10 years, I've been skinny.
And I've been fat, so we know what we're talking about. So Gome, what is one thing you should never say in general, but especially in front of your fat friend?
I think the first one that comes to mind is when people say, I look so fat and ugly in this photo.
Because friendship between people of different sizes is all about what?
Self-awareness. Friendship is about understanding that you two are different sizes and have very different experiences in the world.
Exactly.
Here's another thing to be self-aware about.
When you go shopping with your plus-size friends at the mall and they're not trying anything on, don't say this.
Why aren't you trying anything on?
Do you not like anything at the store?
That's not very flattering on you.
If your fat friend isn't trying anything on, chances are the store probably doesn't carry their size. And fuck the word flattering. And now, Gome, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
If we went to the club and I wasn't let in because of my size, how are you responding?
In that situation, there'd be no other option than we'd all be leaving. But before, I'd probably kiss out the bouncer. And we'd probably get Taco Bell on the way home and watch movies in bed.
Facts. If your skinny friends choose to stay at the club without you, you're better off without them.
And one thing you should never do
is judge or comment on what someone else eats. Some phrases to avoid are,
are you sure you want to eat that?
I could never eat that. I'm on a diet.
You're really gonna finish that entire thing?
Regardless of the person, you should never comment on what they're consuming. At the end of the day, your friends will come in all shapes and sizes.
So being self-aware of that is key.
The most important thing is loving your friends no matter what size they are. Guys, that was a whole lie. She hates skinny people.
What do we do when our fat faves lose weight? Let's talk about it. I don't have all the answers, but what I can tell you is I hate watching the same toxic patterns happening over and over online. And I will start with this so thin people don't get mad. And this can be a really tough pill to swallow, but no one owes you their body. And it's never appropriate under any circumstance to share with someone negative thoughts or feelings about how their body looks or has changed. But here's the toxic pattern. Fat persona loses weight. Fat fan expresses some hurt or disappointment. And then thin fans take that as their opportunity to go in and be like, fuck you, body positive police, mind your business. They look amazing. They're just doing this for their health, and just throw in a bunch of other like anti-fat, fat-phobic sentiments just for good measure. And then the persona will often encourage this type of discourse. If you are not fat and have never been fat, here's the context that you're missing. Imagine every piece of media that you engage with, every movie, TV show, song, all of it tells you you're bad and wrong. And then you find one little corner of the world that says, you know what? No, you can be loved and successful and funny and talented and adored just as you are. And then that window slams shut and tells you the same things that the rest of the world has told you. It's not about that person. It's about fat people when the world has ostracized them, making an individual their safe space. And maybe diet talk is really normal in your circle and the people you hang out with, but other people have had to do a lot of work to eliminate diet talk and diet culture from their community. Diet and weight loss talk is sensitive for good reason. Like 1 in 4 or 5 people end up with an eating disorder. Most people, I think 90 to 98% of people will gain all the weight back and then some. And that diet cycling can result in worse health outcomes than just staying fat in the first place. Also, if you have an eating disorder and you're fat, trying to get any treatment for that is hell. And when that one safe space is no longer safe, it can activate a lot of pain and trauma. Again, if you are fat and you're feeling that pain, it's not appropriate to share with that person. If you're feeling this way, I really hope you talk to people, a therapist or friends, supportive people in your life to process these feelings, because it's valid and it's important. And rather than these intense binaries, I would love to see these conversations held with more nuance and compassion. I can understand why this topic might be triggering for some people, and I hope you get support for that elsewhere, but this is my body and I can't hold that pain for you is valid. If you're a thin ally, this is a great opportunity to fight the assumption that thin equals health, and remember that there's maybe more going on than you can understand.
This is so sick and fucking twisted! Sick and twisted!
A very special good morning this morning to the fat baddies with a flat ass, the fat baddies that have more stomach than ass, and of course, to all the fat baddies that support them. Have a good day.
Ooh, you may say